Am I the asshole for shaming my dad for playing dumb about my relationship with his wife's kids and acting like he didn't put his happiness first? I 17 am. Don't know if I'm the bad guy for talking to my dad the way I did, so I'm coming on here to ask. See, Dad and I have a complicated relationship, but he's the only bio parent I have, and I don't have a lot of family willing to take me in or support me. At the same time, I don't think it's fair for my dad to play dumb like he did. When I was 3, my dad married Tina. Tina was a widow with 4 kids. 3 of them were older, 17, 19, and 20 at the time, and her youngest, Casper, was 4. When Tina and my dad got married, her 17-year-old moved in with her older siblings and chose not to live with us at all. Her older kids weren't happy about their mom getting remarried, so they really didn't treat me or dad like family. Casper and I got along fine when we were a lot younger. We were growing up in the same house, so we played together and spent time doing stuff like brothers. But it was always pretty obvious we weren't when Casper's older siblings were around. Casper saw them a few times a month. I saw them maybe twice or 3 times a year. Every time they ignored me. At Christmas they would show up with gifts for Casper and nothing for me, and when he was younger Casper would try to share the gifts with me, and they'd tell him not to, and they'd stop him from asking for my help opening them. Over time Casper started spending more time with them, and then he started treating me like I did something wrong. Once that happened he would brag about his siblings and the stuff they did with him and bought for him, and he enjoyed opening their gifts in front of me. Every Christmas it was the same thing. My dad and Tina saw, but they said and did nothing about it. We spent time with Tina's family and not with anyone on Dad's side, so nobody saw a problem with it. But even when we did occasionally see someone from Dad's family, it wasn't like they cared. My dad wasn't close with his family and they didn't seem to give a fuck about me. I never knew anyone on my maternal side, but I always assumed they felt the same since my mom hadn't wanted me when she was alive and died when I was 2 from drugs. When I was 12 and Casper was 13, he told me his siblings hated me and that they wished my mom had taken me with her when she died. That's how I found out Dad had told Tina and her older kids about my mom, and it was always clear how her kids felt about me, so it hurt to know Dad shared something so big with them. Something they could use to hurt me. Casper told me they wanted me to go before they'd ever visit our house, so he wished for me to go away too. Casper graduated high school a few days ago. His older siblings were there, and afterward everyone had a graduation dinner, which is when my dad and Tina gave a speech and Casper interrupted when they called me his brother. He corrected them and said I wasn't his brother. His older siblings told Tina it was gross and disgusting to even pretend for half a second that I was anything to them, and how dare she and Dad ruin Casper's graduation. My dad acted surprised and it pissed me off. He said something like he thought Casper and I were as thick as thieves. I got mad and told Dad that was bullshit. That he saw me being left out every single time Tina's kids were around, how Casper pulled away from me and bragged about the stuff he did with his siblings and the gifts they gave him. I said he was not so dumb that he wouldn't notice when it happened right in front of him. I told him he didn't get to play now because it was being outed so publicly. Dad was like, you should have told me, which I did many times, and that he was only thinking of my happiness. I told him it was bullshit and he put his happiness first because no kid would be happy being ignored most of the time and treated like shit during certain times. I left the dinner and things continued without me. Tina came to my room after she got back with Dad and she told me to apologize because I really upset Dad when I shamed him in front of everyone like that. Then Dad approached me after a couple of days and he was like, why would you talk to me that way, and you know I love you, and had no idea you felt unwanted. I told him he didn't want to know about it, but it's fine, and I'll be out of his hair this time next year, so just leave me alone. Dad left and Tina came up a few minutes after and said Dad still needed that apology. Am I the asshole? I don't even care about fixing things. I just want to keep my head down and get out.